If you know my work, then you already know that I love working with slip stitches. I use them a lot in my patterns, especially for ribbings or edgings that look elevated and that also are very, very stretchy. They're also great for texture stitches like short rows and things like that. And I know a lot of people find working with slip stitches difficult, so I hope this video will help you understand what I do to make working with slip stitches easier and to not rack my brain every single time I use them. So my first advice is to always, always, always work super loosely. My yarn is wrapped around my hand. However, I am not pulling it at any point. It is nice and loose. There is no pulling, there is no tightening of the stitches, and that makes it so much easier to work into on the next row because you have nice big loops to go into. The other thing I recommend is always to anchor your work at the back before you pull your yarn through. So this is what I always do. I insert my hook into my stitch. And right now I'm working on the back loop only, by the way, but you can do this on both loops. So I insert my hook and then I move my fingers to anchor the back behind the hook where I've already worked, yarn over and pull through. All right, I'm going to show you how I do it. And I've been doing this for a long time. I'm very used to working with slip stitches, so I can do this quite quick. But as you can see, I always move my fingers to hold onto my work behind my hook. Anchoring your work is a little bit harder on the very first stitch of the row. However, you can still make it happen. So I insert my hook and then I always just hold on right here and pull. All right. So if I can anchor my work like this, it's much easier. Another thing, if you've noticed, which is tip number 3, is that when I pull my yarn through, I do it in one single motion. I don't do this, which is what I used to do. Pull through 1 and then pull through 2. Because the moment I do this, my stitch is being tightened there, and I don't want it to tighten. So by anchoring and pulling through in one single motion, that stitch stays nice and loose. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed these little tips for how to work slip stitches in an easier and more seamless way that will not hurt your brain or your hands at the end of the day.